semua. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and warm greetings from Indonesia to everyone joining us tonight. Selamat malam dan selamat datang di webinar internasional yang diselenggarakan oleh Entrepreneur Training Center dengan tema yang sangat relevan di era digital saat ini, yaitu Leadership versus Communication Skill in Digital Era. Puji syukur, marilah kita panjatkan kehadirat Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, karena atas rahmat dan izinnya, semua dapat berkumpul secara virtual pada malam hari ini dalam keadaan sehat, penuh semangat, dan antusias untuk belajar bersama. Oke, teman-teman, let me introduce myself. My name is Bening Panggal Istiqomah. Dan pada malam hari ini, saya akan menemani teman-teman semua sebagai Master of Ceremony. Namun, tentu saja acara ini tidak akan berjalan dengan lancar tanpa dukungan dari panitia hebat di balik layar. So everyone, let's give a virtual applause for amazing committee by dropping emojis in the chat box. Oke, teman-teman, before we continue, I'd love to know where are you joining from tonight? Ayo teman-teman, boleh banget nih chat di kolom komentar dari mana kalian berasal, dari kota mana, dari provinsi mana, atau dari negara mana nih teman-teman.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very good afternoon to all of you all. And my name is Mohan Menon, and I am a director of corporate relations for a technology training company in India. Okay. So I come with an experience of about 45 plus years. And I've been, mentoring students, promoting, for their career pathway in a big way. So I've been given 1 or 2 international awards also, International Icon Award as well as the Global Education Award for outstanding contribution to education. So that is my profile in brief, in small.
Oke, teman-teman, jadi Dokter
Mohan Menon.
sekarang kita kehadiran narasumber hebat dari Uzbekistan nih teman-teman. Beliau seorang dosen sekaligus edu-teach. Oke teman-teman. Nah di sini ada dari Kak Kak siapa nih Kak? Angelina dari Kupang. Kemudian dari Kak Nabila absen dari Jakarta Kak. Oke. Kemudian dari Kak Morita dari Bogor. Kemudian Kak Dea Amanda dari Semarang. Dan wah banyak banget nih teman-teman. Bahkan ada juga yang dari Jogja, dari Kak Alfida. Ya teman-teman, mohon maaf ralat. Narasumber hebat kita pada malam hari ini itu dari India ya teman-teman. Oke. Bagaimana nih kabarnya teman-teman semuanya? Apakah sehat dan semangat belum nih untuk mengikuti webinar pada malam hari ini? Coba deh, aku mau tahu seberapa persen nih semangatnya teman-teman. Boleh dong chat di kolom komentar. Apakah udah 100%? Udah 100% nih Kak. Oke, keren-keren ya semuanya. Teman-teman, sedikit ice breaking ya sebelum masuk ke acara utama. Siapa nih yang di sini setuju bahwa di era digital saat ini menjadi pemimpin saja tidak cukup tanpa kemampuan komunikasi yang baik? Yang setuju boleh dong chat di kolom komentar bilang setuju gitu. Setuju Kak? Oke, sip banget teman-teman.
Can I
Aku juga
start?
setuju nih. Menarik sekali ya teman-teman. Dan malam hari ini kita akan membahas secara mendalam bersama narasumber yang sangat luar biasa. Dan adapun susunan acara webinar internasional pada malam hari ini adalah pertama pembukaan, kedua penyampaian materi, ketiga sesi tanya jawab, keempat closing statement, dan yang terakhir penutup. Untuk mekanisme presensi, link absensi akan dibagikan di akhir sesi. Bagi peserta yang ingin mendapatkan e-sertifikat, diwajibkan mengisi presensi tersebut agar sertifikat dapat kami kirimkan melalui email ya teman-teman. Dan untuk memulai acara ini dengan penuh keberkahan, marilah kita bersama-sama memanjatkan doa agar acara pada malam hari ini dapat berjalan dengan lancar dan memberikan manfaat. Berdoa dimulai. Berdoa tidak dibatasi. Dan untuk mengawali acara dengan penuh semangat kebangsaan dan juga kebersamaan, let's rise together to sing our national and organizational anthems. Yang pertama, menyanyikan lagu Indonesia Raya. Kepada operator dipersilakan untuk memutar lagu. Baik, yang selanjutnya adalah Himne Entrepreneur Training Center. Kepada operator kami persilahkan.
Bersyukurlah wahai generasi muda bangsa, ETC siap memberzamai langkahmu, membangun Indonesia menata dunia, berdiri di ujung tanduk negeri, mewujudkan generasi emas. Satu langkah, satu tujuan, bersama ETC pasti bisa. Mulia dan jaya kita berjuang, dengan semangat kami berdiri. Entrepreneur Training Center di hati, wujudkan mimpi sampai mati. Ukir prestasi dengan beraksi tanpa henti. Webinar dan pel menjadi saksi, upgrade diri dan bangun relasi. Satu langkah, satu tujuan, bersama ETC pasti bisa. Sampai darah penghabisan kita berjuang, dengan semangat kami berdiri. Dengan bimbingan ridho ilahi, merajut mimpi jadi nyata. Jangan pernah menyerah, pejuang muda ETC. ETC selalu Mari bergenggaman tangan, ETC jadi pemenang kehidupan. Tuhan selalu ada untuk kita semua. Bangun mimpi karir masa depan di ETC. Satu langkah, satu tujuan, jadilah pejuang ETC. Jadilah anak muda men abaya, taklukkan dunia demi keluarga dan orang tercinta. Berjuang terus sampai akhir hayat nanti, cucuran keringat, air mata, pengorbanan menjadi saksi nyata. Ayolah maju dan jayalah ETC-ku, jadilah barisan para pejuang, memberi warna untuk kehidupan, menjadi mata air kehidupan bagi sekitar. Jiwa muda mandiri, beriman dan bertakwa kepada Tuhan yang Maha Esa.
Selanjutnya, mari kita sambut dengan hangat Ketua Panitia kita yang sangat luar biasa, Kak Rosalinda, yang akan memberikan sambutan dan membuka acara pada malam hari ini secara resmi. Kepada Kak Rosalinda, kami persilahkan.
Baik, terima kasih Kak Bening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam, salam Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Yang terhormat, Founder ETC, Kak Gus Malik, SPDMM, serta jajaran pengurus ETC, yang kami hormati seluruh tim yang bertugas, MC, translator atau moderator, operator, serta petugas lainnya, yang tidak saya sebutkan satu persatu tanpa mengurangi rasa hormat saya, dan tentunya serta seluruh peserta webinar internasional pada malam ini yang berbahagia. Puji syukur atas kehadirat Tuhan Yang Maha Esa yang telah memberikan kita nikmat sehat sehingga kita diberikan kesempatan sehingga dapat mengikuti webinar internasional pada malam ini melalui via Zoom. Nice to meet you all. I am Rosalinda, the Chair of the Commit for Tonight International Webinar. First, I would like to say thank you so much the support of and hard work of the entire ETC team who have prepared of this international webinar even tonight. And thank you so much for the support of the sponsor. Oke guys, tentunya aku juga mengucapkan terima kasih banyak kepada seluruh tim yang bertugas pada malam ini dan juga mengucapkan terima kasih banyak pada seluruh peserta yang telah bergabung dan hadir pada malam ini. Sungguh malam ini adalah suatu kegiatan positif, tentunya webinar internasional ini yang berjudul atau tema Leadership versus Communication Skill in Digital Era. Semoga di dalam webinar internasional yang akan kita laksanakan pada malam ini, kita dapat mengambil suatu pelajaran. Tentunya pelajaran tidak hanya kita ambil di dunia sekolah, tidak juga diambil di dunia perkuliahan, tapi juga bisa di luarnya. Misalkan salah satunya mengikuti webinar internasional seperti ini. Ada juga webinar nasional. Semoga teman-teman tetap suportif dan tetap jaga semangatnya mengikuti webinar hingga akhir acara ini selesai. Dan juga teman-teman sudah diperkenalkan juga kepada Kak Bening tadi ETC itu apa. Dan untuk teman-teman yang ingin mengembangkan diri agar lebih bisa public speaking dan juga MC maupun moderator bisa banget untuk join ke ETC. Mungkin itu saja dari saya untuk membuka webinar pada malam ini secara resmi. webinar internasional dengan tema Leadership versus Communication Skill in Digital Era resmi dibuka. Dan itu saja dari saya sebagai kata sambutan Ketua Panitia. Mohon maaf apabila terdapat salah kata. Kepada Tuhan saya mohon ampun. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oke, thank you so much Kak Rosalinda for the inspiring opening speech. Semoga menjadi penyemangat bagi kita semua untuk mengikuti acara hingga selesai. Nah, teman-teman, sedikit informasi, webinar ini diselenggarakan oleh Entrepreneur Training Center. Entrepreneur Training Center atau ETC ini adalah sebuah organisasi pengembangan diri yang tidak terikat oleh organisasi formal yang bergerak di bidang mengisi seminar, public speaking, leadership, motivator, dan banyak sekali anak-anak muda yang notabene dari mahasiswa. Mereka memiliki semangat dan tekad yang tinggi dan juga kemauan untuk mengasah skill untuk join di sebuah organisasi yang dinamakan ETC, teman-teman. Nah, teman-teman, yakin gak mau ikut di ETC organisasi ini? Sasarannya dari berbagai kalangan loh. Ada yang dari mahasiswa, organisasi kampus, kemudian dari sekolah, lembaga non-formal seperti pondok pesantren, panti asuhan, lembaga swasta, lembaga UMKM yang dimana mereka membutuhkan atau berminat mengikuti pelatihan perkembangan diri. Nah, teman-teman bisa banget follow Instagram ETC yaitu entrepreneur_training center dan juga YouTube dari ETC yaitu Entrepreneur Training Center. Teman-teman, aku ingin sampaikan sedikit info nih terkait 7 program utama ETC, yaitu ada The Leader Academy atau Sekolah Kepemimpinan, Sekolah Trainer Indonesia, Public Speaking Class, Digital Marketing Academy, Sekolah Bisnis Milenial, Pelatihan Prakerja, dan juga Marketing Langit Academy. Wah, kira-kira tertarik nggak nih untuk join? Kalau teman-teman tertarik, boleh banget ya mendaftar. Silahkan menghubungi kontak admin yang ada di grup WA. Okay, tonight we will discuss how leadership in the digital era is strengthened by effective communication skill. Because a great leader is not only someone who leads, but someone who can communicate vision, value, and impact clearly. Malam ini kita akan membahas bagaimana kepemimpinan di era digital diperkuat oleh kemampuan komunikasi yang efektif, teman-teman. Karena seorang pemimpin yang hebat bukan hanya seseorang yang bisa memimpin, tetapi juga seseorang yang mampu menyampaikan visi, nilai, dan juga dampak secara jelas. Nah, pada kesempatan istimewa di malam hari ini, ETC menghadirkan narasumber internasional yang sangat berpengalaman di bidang pendidikan dan juga edutech. Penasaran gak nih kira-kira siapa narasumber kita? Oke teman-teman, aku spill ya narasumber hebat kita pada malam hari ini yaitu ada Profesor Krishna Mohan Menon, Seasoned Education and Ethics Professional from India, dan acara inti akan dipandu oleh moderator kita yang sekaligus menjadi translator kita, yaitu Kak Nabila Putri Laskara. Agar acara berjalan dengan tertib dan juga menyenangkan, mari kita dengarkan serta saksikan pembacaan tata tertib webinar yang akan ditampilkan oleh operator. Kepada operator yang bertugas, kami persilahkan.
21 tata tertib dan informasi penting peserta webinar ETC. Para hadirin sekalian, sebelum kita mengikuti Zoom webinar yang luar biasa ini, marilah kita simak beberapa hal, SOP, tata tertib, atau safety rule untuk peserta yang wajib diikuti dan ditaati selama acara Zoom berlangsung. Pertama, seluruh peserta wajib on cam atau buka kamera. Dimohon untuk peserta bisa on cam agar kita lebih aktif, interaktif, dan komunikatif dalam mengikuti webinar ini. Jika ada yang berhalangan, bisa izin di room chat Zoom dengan menuliskan alasannya agar tidak kena remove oleh host acara. 2. Webinar akan berlangsung kurang lebih 2 jam ke depan. 3. Link Zoom webinar sudah dikirimkan melalui grup WA peserta webinar. 4. Peserta diharapkan menggunakan virtual background yang sudah dibagikan panitia di grup. 5. Peserta memakai pakaian rapi, sopan, dan nyaman. 6. Silakan ubah format penulisan nama kalian di Zoom dengan format nama lengkap, domisili, kampus, sekolah, atau instansi. 7. Peserta yang membuat gaduh tidak mematuhi aturan Zoom, tidak menjaga ketertiban, coret-coret di layar Zoom, dan spam di chatroom yang tidak perlu, maka akan dikeluarkan oleh host untuk menjaga kondusivitas acara dan kebaikan bersama. 8. Siapkan catatan terbaik kalian dan pertanyaan saat sesi Q&A setelah sesi penyampaian materi oleh para narasumber. 9. Peserta diharapkan raise hand saat bertanya. 10. Sediakan minuman, camilan, dan duduk santai sambil mengikuti Zoom. 12. Presensi akan diberikan 2 kali, yaitu link presensi awal dan link presensi akhir acara. Jangan lupa isi presensi sebagai bukti kehadiran kalian dan klaim e-sertifikat. 13. Sertifikat khusus paket gratis dikirimkan melalui link G-Drive bersamaan link presensi akhir acara. Sedangkan paket 2 dan 3 dikirimkan via WhatsApp peserta paling lambat hari Selasa. 14. Selama berlangsungnya Zoom, dimohon mute atau menonaktifkan suara jika tidak diperlukan. 15. Harap tidak bertanya terkait link presensi akhir atau link sertifikat jika acara belum selesai. 16. Bagi peserta yang ingin beralih dari paket gratis ke paket 3 masih diperbolehkan, silahkan hubungi admin webinar. 17. Syarat mendapatkan sertifikat wajib mengikuti jalannya acara dari awal hingga akhir acara. 18. Jika terjadi kendala secara tiba-tiba pada jaringan Zoom atau kendala lain di luar dugaan, harap peserta tetap tenang dan kondusif sambil menunggu panitia memperbaikinya. 19. Bagi peserta webinar yang tertarik ingin mengembangkan diri dan dibimbing dari nol sampai bisa oleh mentor muda berpengalaman, bisa daftar menjadi MC, moderator, translator, dan narasumber di ETC melalui admin ETC. 20. Bagi peserta yang ingin mengikuti pelatihan sertifikasi mendapatkan gelar non-akademik seperti CMC, Expert dalam MC, CPS, Expert dalam Public Speaking, CDM, Expert dalam Digital Marketing, CSTMP, Expert dalam dunia motivator atau trainer, bisa daftar ke admin ETC dikarenakan sedang ada promo murah. Gelar ini bisa dicantumkan di belakang nama lengkap dan gelar akademik kalian, serta ini resmi dan diakui oleh pemerintah. 21. Bagi yang ingin daftar jadi member ETC dan mendapatkan segudang benefit di dalamnya, bisa daftar ke admin ETC. Demikian tata tertib dan informasi penting untuk peserta webinar ETC. Selamat mengikuti dan sukses terus untuk kita semua. ETC. Dari ide menjadi aksi, kami siap menginspirasi. Smart Success, Strong Spirit, Strategy Wins.
Terima kasih untuk kakak operator atas penyampaian tata tertibnya. Please make sure to follow the rules so we can have a great experience together throughout the event. Ladies and gentlemen, now we arrive at the main session that we have all been waiting for. Acara inti malam ini akan dipandu oleh moderator kita yang luar biasa. Please welcome Nabila Putri Laskara. Halo Kak Nabila, apakah udah join di Zoom?
Halo, Kak Bening.
Oke, Kak Nabila, tampaknya udah semangat sekali ya, Kak. Oke, langsung
Yeah.
aja tanpa berlama-lama kepada Kak Nabila, kami persilahkan.
Okay, thank you so much for everyone. So, hello, Professor Mohan Menon. Let me introduce
Yeah.
myself. I'm Nabila Putri Laskara as your translator and moderator for tonight. I will assess you later when delivering the material. There is a small piece of information of you today. You can start the presenting the material tonight when I say please welcome the Professor Mohan Menon. So later when you deliver the material, I will translate the material you present slowly, and then to relay it back to the audience. Okay, thank you. So I will
Sure.
aku akan sapa dulu kepada semua audiens di sini. Dan saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada MC atas pembukaannya yang sangat luar biasa yaitu kepada Kak Bening. Now let's get the inspiring journey started. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So welcome to the international webinar Leadership versus Communication Skill in the Digital Era, proudly organized by the Entrepreneur Training Center. It is truly honor for me to be your moderator and translator this evening. Perkenalkan saya Nabila Kawara sebagai translator sekaligus moderator sekaligus untuk membantu jalan acara kita malam hari ini hingga sesi diskusi bersama narasumber nanti. So welcome to all amazing participant students, first graduate and a professional from various background. It is such a pleasure to have all of you in this inspiring virtual room tonight. Malam ini kita akan membahas belajar bersama mengenai betapa pentingnya leadership dan communication skill in digital era sebagai kunci utama dalam meraih kesuksesan baik di dunia perkuliahan, dunia kerja maupun dalam pengembangan karir kita ke depan. In today digital era, leadership is no longer just about the giving instruction, but about inspiring, adapting, and leading with the empathy. Namun, kepemimpinan yang baik tidak akan berjalan maksimal tanpa didukung oleh communication skill yang sangat kuat. So, for that reason, we are honored to have an extraordinary speaker with us tonight, all the way from India. Please welcome Professor Krishna Mohan Menon. Hello, Professor.
Thank you.
Namaste.
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 Thank you. Thank you so
Namaste.
much.
How are you
It
today,
is-
Professor?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yes, thank you for this
Okay.
opportunity to connect with you all. And
Okay, Professor,
I start
before we
off?
begin, may I have your
Yeah.
permission to take a brief moment to read out your profile to everyone here, okay?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Please.
Oke, teman-teman, aku akan mengasih sedikit profil tentang Profesor Krishna Mohan Menon itu. Mohan Menon is a seasoned education and an EdTech professional with over 4 decades of experience, including nearly 2 decades to driving innovation and education and skilling ecosystem. His professional journey reflects a deep commitment to break the urban rule that in education and empowering yield the technology enable learning and employment innovation. Having worked extensively across rural and semi-urban in India, Mr. Menon recognizes early the challenges posed by poor infrastructure, unequal access, and the lack of industry export among students in these regions. Okay, so guided by the belief that the education is the most powerful tool for national development, he has a lead ineffective focus on reskilling unplaced graduates, especially students in emerging technologies. And then he is linked in academic learning with industry needs. So under his leadership, severe hybrid and offline program we are launching to provide to industry oriented, hence training in domains such as AI, data science, and other emerging technology. This program have played a significant role in ensuring employment and creating future-ready talent for industry communities. So please welcome to Professor Mohan Menon.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah. Well, good evening, everyone. It's really a pleasure connecting with all of you. Now, let me go straight to the topic as it is. Well, we all know that we are living in a time where technology is not just supporting our lives, right? Technology is surrounded by us. It basically it shapes the way we learn, the way we work, the way we live. So the technology has almost taken control of our lives in today's era, actually. Can you translate that? Yeah.
Oke, teman-teman. Jadi kita akan membahas tentang leadership and communication skill yang dimana kita membutuhkan suatu communication leadership in digital era gitu. Jadi menurut Profesor leadership di era ini sekarang bukan cuma soal jabatan ya atau kekuasaan, tapi tentang bagaimana kita bisa memberikan suatu pengaruh yang positif, big impact and tanggung jawab atas tim yang kita pimpin. Intinya jadi profesor itu bukan nyuruh kita, tapi menjadikan sebuah contoh di dalam materi pada malam hari ini. Next, Profesor.
Yeah, so this makes actually today's topic, leadership and communication in the digital era, especially relevant for students and entrepreneurs who will soon enter a fast changing digital world. Is it not? It is relevant to them today, please. Can you?
Oke, kepemimpinan dan komunikasi siswa di era digital untuk siswa dan untuk semuanya itu memang penting pada malam hari ini.
Okay, so let's talk about leadership. Leadership today is no longer defined by position or authority, right? It is defined by influence, adaptability, and ability to communicate effectively in the digital environment. Is it not? You want to translate that? Or should I
Oke,
continue?
untuk definisi leadership itu bukan hanya suatu kepemimpinan saja, tapi didefinisikan berdasarkan posisi otoritas gitu. Didefinisikan berdasarkan pengaruh, kemampuan beradaptasi seorang manusia, dan kemampuan berkomunikasi secara efektif di lingkungan digital, in digital era. Next, Professor.
Yeah, see, leadership today, it has changed, right? It has changed, not like before, especially in the digital era. Traditionally or earlier days, leadership meant hierarchy and control. When you say a leader, he controls, and there is a hierarchy there. Leaders spoke, others listened, right? But today in the digital era, this model no longer works today. Today, teams are virtual and they are global. Is it not? So it is not confined only to certain, where leaders can control, they can dominate, they can authorize in that sense. But today in the digital world, it is not like that. Today, teams are virtual everywhere. Like today, we are having a session. It is virtual. We are connecting with 160 and odd people today, digitally. So the leader has to ensure that the communication or the leadership, the command over the people are there. Please.
Oke, untuk digital era kita bukan hanya mengomongin soal perubahan atau apapun itu. Intinya, this communication of the leadership the command over the people earlier. Yang dimana the leadership ini adalah suatu kebentuk komunikasi dari suatu kepemimpinan ataupun orang-orang yang ingin merubah suatu kepemimpinan tersebut, suatu kepribadian leadership. Tapi di malam pada hari ini, kita menyampaikan bukan hanya untuk mengubah, tapi kita mengetahui bagaimana cara leadership and communication first skill in digital era. Seperti itu. Next, Professor.
Yeah. Today, information today is instantly available, is it not? Young professionals lead projects early in their career. Today, see information you want, you Google it, you get information. You ask ChatGPT, you get information. You have various methods of getting information. That itself is made today, the digital era has changed today totally. So today, modern leaders do not claim to know everything. Instead, they just learn continuously. They encourage collaboration. They empower others and adapt to change. They adapt to the change today. So leaders today is change today, not like before, right? They learn continuously. Unless you learn continuously, you don't become a leader. They encourage collaboration. A lot of collaboration should take place between different areas, different kind of people and different technologies. All these are collaborations. So today the leadership means collaboration. Leadership means encouraging, or rather adapt to change. All these are leadership qualities today. Please.
Oke, jadi informasi untuk pada malam hari ini itu tersedia secara not yang profesional, bukan para profesional muda juga membutuhkan informasi tentang proyek di awal karir mereka. Ada yang bisa mencarinya di ChatGPT, ada yang bisa mencarinya di Google gitu. Dan kalian akan mendapatkan informasinya itu secara informasi gitu. Jadi kalau untuk kata profesor, jadi untuk di leadership kali ini kita itu mendefinisikannya sebagai makna seperti collaboration jadi collaboration dan hal lainnya seperti itu. Thanks, Professor.
Yeah, yeah. See, for students, this is actually good news, actually, because leadership is no longer something you wait for after graduation. It begins the moment you take initiative and responsibility, right? So they need not wait. The leadership comes during your course of studies itself, or from the age when you start, understanding the world requirements, their innovations, whatever you're going to do, or you're going to plan for entrepreneurship, whatever it is there, it starts before the graduation itself, right? Please.
Dan ketika Anda mulai, kata Profesor, ketika kalian memulai memahami yang melalui persyaratan bahwa inovasi, apapun itu yang kalian lakukan, itu direncanakan untuk suatu kewirausahaan gitu. Apapun itu dimulai sebelum kelulusan itu sendiri gitu. Next, Profesor.
Yeah. So when you come to communication, we talk about communication. Leadership without communication simply cannot exist, right? Leadership should have communication, especially in the digital era. Communication has become faster, it has become shorter, and it is more visible, right? Now, while technology has made communication easier, it has also created challenges. I'll tell you that, please. Yeah, you can translate this.
Oke, kita berbicara tentang communication and digital era dan kepemimpinan gitu. Tanpa komunikasi, kita tidak akan mungkin bisa eksis di depan publik gitu. Dan komunikasi itu memang sangat penting, teman-teman. Terutama di digital era ini, komunikasi itu berkembang sangat cepat seiring berjalannya waktu, seiring berjalannya zaman. Seperti itu. Next, Profesor.
Yeah, like I said, this has also created certain challenges. Like it has reduced attention spans, right? Misunderstandings and weaker human connections. Now, earlier days when you used to communicate directly, there were more connections between the people. They used to talk, there was some attention when I'm talking, communication, when I'm communicating, people are listening to me, they're looking at me and listening. But to a certain extent, in the digital era, you don't know whether the others, like we have about 200 people today in the seminar, whether they are attentive, are they listening, are they understanding my communication properly? So these are certain challenges which is also there in the communication in digital era. Please.
Oke, so seperti yang beliau katakan, beliau bilang kayak kalian tahu ini juga menciptakan suatu status dan juga menciptakan tantangan tertentu, challenge tertentu gitu untuk kalian yang ingin memulai suatu leadership gitu, seperti itu. Seperti mengurangi rentang perhatian, kesalahpahaman, dan melemahkan hubungan antar manusia gitu. Dulu ketika berkomunikasi secara langsung, itu ada lebih banyak koneksi antar orang, ada perhatian saat kalian berbicara, saat kalian berkomunikasi, dan orang-orang mendengarkan profesor gitu sebagai apa yang profesor sampaikan. Jadi mereka tuh melihat dan mendengarkan profesor untuk menyampaikan yang profesor katakan kepada audiens seperti itu. Next, Profesor.
Yeah. See, the effective leaders, when we talk about leaders and communication, effective leaders communicate with clarity, right? Simple and structured messages. You have to give simple and structured messages. Then there is consistency. Consistency in the same values across all platforms. Authenticity, like being genuine, not perfect, need not be perfect, but you should be genuine, right? Then empathy. Empathy in the sense, understanding people beyond the screens. Now, if I have not seen these people behind the screens, but I should understand who are behind the screens, right? If it is direct when if it is an offline discussion, I can understand what he is because through his body language. But in a digital era, we have to understand people who are behind the screens, whom I don't know, I have not seen. Right? Please.
Oke, jadi kata profesor gini, intinya in digital era sekarang saat ini kita harus memberitahukan kepada orang-orang gitu kan, apa yang ingin kita sampaikan di behind kita gitu, di samping kita harus membicarakan sebenarnya kita lagi ngomongin apa sih, kita harus memberitahu kepada audiens apa inti dari yang kita omongin seperti itu, karena komunikasi yang efektif itu kan pemimpin berkomunikasi dengan suatu kejelasan, dengan penjelasan yang tepat, sederhana, dan terstruktur, dan kemudian ada suatu konsistensi dan empati seperti itu. Next, Profesor.
Yeah. See, we should remember one thing is that technology connects devices, but communication is the one which connects people, right? The technology is connecting from one device to another device, but it is the communication, what we do, which connects people, right? Can you just say that?
Oke, jadi di uh, satu another device untuk komunikasi ini adalah komunikasi yang kita lakukan yaitu untuk menghubungkan orang-orang gitu. Intinya kita harus bisa memahami apa yang dari audiens pahami dan kita juga pahami seperti itu.
Okay. See, earlier the leadership was presence about how you spoke on a stage or in the meetings. That was leadership. They call like political leadership or any other speech what leaders give. But today a difference is changed actually, which also includes how you write emails, right? How you send messages, how you behave in virtual meetings, in these kind of meetings, how you present yourself in online. Your digital presence is often your first impression. Now, the first impression what you give on a digital space is the best impression what they say. So how the leadership should understand all these parameters, like how you write emails, how you message people, how you behave in a virtual meeting. All these contributes to become a leader actually. Please. Your audio is not there.
Sorry, Profesor. Oke, thank you.
Yeah.
Jadi intinya dalam Profesor bilang, Profesor tidak capek-capek untuk mention lagi bahwa leadership ini sebenarnya bukan hanya membicarakan tentang kepemimpinan saja, teman-teman. Karena jangan teman-teman untuk takut untuk memulai ini, jangan untuk berpikir untuk tidak mengerti dalam hal ini gitu. Karena kalian harus tahu parameter seperti yang kalian tulis, seperti menulis email, cara kalian mengirim pesan kepada orang lain, cara kalian berperilaku dalam rapat virtual gitu. Semua ini itu sebenarnya adalah proses atau kontribusi untuk menjadi seorang pemimpin gitu. Jadi pemimpin itu bukan hanya dari suatu yang memimpin saja, tapi bisa dari kegiatan yang teman-teman lakukan pada saat itu. Okay, next, Professor.
Yeah. See, one thing is understood that as a student, now even if you say a simple thing like sending an email to your professor or in a group chat or a message, every professional post contributes to your leadership image. It creates an image. Yeah, you'll come back. So it creates an image. Every professional, whatever activities you do, you send a mail to your professor, you send a message to your group, any kind of a group, everything contributes to your leadership image. So when leaders communicate with purpose, even in the digital spaces, we need to understand how we conduct ourselves. That without seeing you or the person who writes the mail or the message or send the message, we create an impression what kind of a person he is. That is what is leadership actually.
Jadi intinya Profesor bilang kita harus juga memahami dalam apa yang kita ingin sampaikan sebelum kita membicarakan atau berbicara di suatu email ataupun kepada profesor segala macam lainnya gitu. Kita harus memahami dulu apa yang ingin kita sampaikan agar audiens itu bisa tahu kita tuh sebenarnya lagi berbicara tentang apa gitu. Jadi profesor eh, memberikan suatu contoh gitu seperti mengirim email segala macam lainnya itu yang dimana berkontribusi pada suatu citra kepemimpinan pekerjaan dan tertentu yang hal itu tuh menciptakan suatu citra tertentu seperti itu. Next, Professor.
Yeah. Now we should understand one more thing is that leadership is not only about speaking. Just not about speaking. It is about listening also. In digital communication, listening means understanding the tone, the intent behind what the communication is, and the feedback. That is what is very important. It is listening is very important for a leadership, for the leadership role, basically. If you want to groom yourself to be a leader, you need to have these kind of skills of communication, basically listening, understanding the tone and the way it is done, especially when you're writing in the digital space. Then the intent and how you give the feedback. That is very important to be, as far as communication is concerned in this era. Please.
Oke, jadi kepemimpinan itu bukan hanya tentang suatu berbicara aja, suatu speaking juga, tapi kalian juga harus bisa feedback kepada audiens, kalian juga harus bisa mendengarkan dari audiens gitu, supaya kalian intinya balance untuk dalam suatu leadership. Jadi leadership ini bukan hanya suatu public speaking aja yang bisa bagus, tapi dari sisi yang mendengarkan itu sudah termasuk yang namanya leadership, seperti itu. Next, Professor.
Yeah. See, because in a digital space, the communication does not have a body language, right? Leaders must choose the words carefully, respond calmly, show respect, especially during any disagreements are there. There are some disagreements, they should show respect also in that. Please.
Oke, jadi dalam leadership itu bukan hanya dari untuk body apa yang ingin dijelaskan saja, tapi kalian juga harus respect kepada audiens. Kalian yang sebelumnya di-mention tadi sama profesor, yang profesor bilang kalau kita tuh harus respect, kita harus juga mendengarkan audiens, apa yang audiens bicarakan, supaya kita tuh tahu sebenarnya dan seimbang lah balance untuk antara uh, gestur tubuh kita. Jadi tidak di dalam leadership itu kita tidak membutuhkan gestur tubuh aja, tapi kita juga harus bisa mendengarkan dan kita juga harus respect kepada para audiens seperti itu. Thanks, Professor.
Yeah. See, what happens is how to begin your journey as a leader, when you start it, it starts when you take an initiative, right? When you take an initiative, when you support your peers, when you communicate responsibly, when you act with integrity, that is very important. Every one of you is already a digital communicator, is it not? The choice you must make is whether you will be a passive user or a responsible digital leader. That is what we need to see. The communication, that initiative, what you take, the support, what you do, when you communicate responsibly, all this is very important in a digital era. Please.
Oke, jadi itu sangat penting. Kalian juga semua sudah menjadi suatu communicated in digital era gitu. Yang disampaikan sama profesor itu sangat penting karena ini juga untuk kalian semua in digital era seperti itu. Thanks, Professor.
They should have it in mind. Everybody should have it in mind that leadership is not about position. It is about influence. Communication is not just a skill. It is a responsibility, actually. That is what it is. Now, in the digital era, your words travel fast and far. It goes far. So you have to use them wisely. Lead with clarity. Then you should communicate with a lot of empathy also. Now, embrace technology, but you should remain human. That is more important in this. Please.
Baik, jadi kepemimpinan itu bukanlah tentang suatu posisi. Artinya apa? Leadership is not about position, yang dimana kita membicarakan suatu communication itu ya membicarakan suatu skill kalian yang kalian miliki in digital era seperti itu. Jadi intinya ke suatu kepemimpinan itu bukan hanya diukur dari soal posisi ataupun jabatan yang seperti kalian ketahui itu pemimpin itu seperti presiden dan wakil presiden gitu. Dan yang disampaikan maksud dari profesor ini adalah suatu leadership itu bukan hanya dari tentang siapa jabatan dia, tentang siapa posisi dia, tapi siapa yang berani untuk bersuara, untuk mempunyai public speaking ataupun skill yang terbaik dalam komunikasi kalian seperti itu. Next, Profesor.
Yeah. Now we all know that the future is digital, actually, right? The future needs leaders. And that future begins with you, actually. Every one of you should start thinking on those lines, be a leader, start thinking like a leader, and go in for, what you can call it as, go in for excellence, not success. You should go in for excellence. Whatever you do it with excellence. Because there is a saying, I have heard the saying before also, that go for excellence. Success will automatically follow you. Don't run behind success. Run behind excellence. If you run behind excellence, success will definitely follow you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think that is what I have today to discuss on this two topics.
Okay.
Please.
So maybe that's all the presentation tonight, sir, Professor. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, hang on. Do you have a time to
Any
Q&A
questions?
session? Yeah. Do you have a time
Yeah,
for
please.
Q&A? Okay. Hang on. Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
I will translate for you material for everyone.
Yeah, the last
Jadi,
one, what I said.
Oke, berusahalah mencapai keunggulan, bukan sekedar suatu kesuksesan teman-teman. Jadi, kalian harus berupaya mencapai keunggulan apapun yang kalian lakukan, lakukanlah dengan keunggulan. Karena ada sebuah pepatah yang beliau dengar gitu, the excellence with the excellence because there is saying I have it here the saying before also day. So, mungkin itu saja dari materi profesor tadi dan kami akan membuka Q&A session. Jadi bagi teman-teman semuanya kita sudah mendengarkan pemaparan yang luar biasa dari narasumber kita, yaitu saat ini yang bernama Profesor Mohan. Bagi peserta yang ingin bertanya, silakan menuliskan pertanyaan di kolom chat. Jika ingin bertanya langsung, silakan gunakan future hands untuk berbicara langsung kepada Profesor. Oke, kepada Muhammad Taj Alvarez, dipersilakan.
Thank you very much for I have one question about what is the biggest challenge when we become a leader and how to solve that challenge? Thank you.
In a sense, what is it? What is the challenge? What you're talking about? I mean, any challenge you're telling me.
Yes. I mean, for any challenge when you become a leader and maybe when you become a leader, maybe there is so many problem when you become a leader, and how you to solve it. Thank you.
See, the most important thing to understand is challenges are there in everybody's life. Anytime, everywhere it is there, challenges there. Most important is to understand what is the challenge and how do you come across in a phased manner that you can't, if there is a challenge, you can't solve it immediately. You need to understand the ground reality of what the challenge is all about. Supposing you are, I don't know, I mean, you're talking challenge in what sense, I'm not able to understand, and what is the challenge. But whatever the challenge is there, you need to think on those lines, why the challenge has come to you. What is the reason that the challenge is imposed on you? Why should it happen to you? And then find the root cause of the challenge. It is very simple. The idea is that any challenges, because everyday life there is challenges. In your personal life you have challenges. In your professional life you have challenges. Everywhere there is challenges. Every day it is there. But we are coming through all those things. Whether you ignore that challenge or you straight away go for the challenge and try to resolve it. But most important thing is that there is no challenges in life which cannot be resolved. There is nothing like that which cannot be resolved. Only thing is you need to identify where the problem is, where it has to be solved. That is the only way you can solve a challenge. Challenges are there. Everyday life challenges are there. You have So it is not, very difficult thing to understand. You need to just focus on why the challenge should come to you. What is the root cause of the challenge? And try to resolve it from that particular point itself, from where the problem started. See, identifying a problem is more important than the challenge, right? Now you should identify why the challenge came. So, and then you should work towards resolving that problem to meet the challenge. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Anything else?
Okay. Professor, I want to make sure how many questions session you can handle saving up to later, so I can adjust your time with the audience.
Yeah, maybe another 20 minutes. Is it okay?
20 minutes. Okay, we have many times. So
No
okay,
issue. 15,
next.
20 minutes. Yeah,
20.
I don't mind. Yeah,
Okay.
15 to 20 minutes. No issue. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor. Okay, the next question
Yeah.
from, maybe Lutfi Davari. You can speak up for 3, 2, 1.
Oke, menggunakan bahasa Indonesia tidak apa-apa ya. Perkenalkan, nama saya Muhammad Lutfi Davari dari Purwakarta, kampus Polteknaker Jakarta. Saya ingin bertanya perihal kepemimpinan. Yang pertama itu yang sudah disampaikan oleh Mister, tentang bagaimana cara kita memberikan respect kepada orang lain agar kita diberikan respect. Tetapi tidak semua situasi di saat kita memberikan respect dalam komunikasi kepada orang lain, orang itu memberikan respect yang sama kepada kita. Nah, akhirnya muncul di mana rasa ingin menghilangkan respect itu karena merasa bahwa orang lain pun tidak respect kepada kita. Itu solusinya seperti apa? Terima kasih.
Oke, maaf Kak, boleh diulang pertanyaannya, mungkin inti poinnya.
Di saat kita menyampaikan komunikasi yang respect kepada orang lain, tetapi orang lain tidak respect kembali kepada kita, itu bagaimana? Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you so much for the question. Okay, Prof. So, the question from, wait, hang on. Okay, the question is, what happened to when someone what happened when someone communication with us or with us, but doesn't have or doesn't show for respect for communication.
I didn't understand this actually. In the sense, they don't speak
When
respectfully.
okay,
Is it something like that?
yeah, they're respectfully, but when we talking about the respectfully, but when communication with the other people, but they doesn't show us the respect. So what happened when someone communication like that?
See, the idea is that it depends on whom you are speaking to, right? Is it somebody who's elder to you in age, or is it someone younger to you in age, or is it the same age? Now, what happens in the same age group, people come from different backgrounds, right? They come with so many problems in their mind. Everybody has their own problems. They come with so many different problems in their mind. So while speaking, their problems communicate what they are trying to say, actually. They may have some problem in their mind behind, but when they speak, that anger, that anxiety, that bitterness comes out sometimes. It is not the nature of anybody to speak, not respectfully to anybody. It is not the nature. It is not the person's nature. It is the circumstances which makes them speak like that. So if you can control that, or you very politely, if you put it across to them, definitely I am sure they will understand that. When you say that politely, why are you speaking in that manner? Why are you communicating in that manner when you are speaking to them respectfully? So when they do that, I'm sure that they will understand, because one thing is certain, that people are all born equally. Everybody is born from a mother's womb, right? And everybody comes from a different background. Everyone comes with an emotional background. They come with a different financial, economic background. So they react, they speak, they act in that kind of a manner, keeping that, how they have come up with. So it is nothing like, you need to just hold your, so that you don't repeat what they do. Simple as that. You hold yourself, you try to pacify them, or you try to respectfully tell them they are wrong, they cannot speak like this. Otherwise, I don't think there is any other problem, because each and every person are different mentally. How they think is totally different. We can't. Please.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, enough untuk Lutfi Devari the answeringnya, and maybe we can next the questions
Yeah.
from. Okay, I look okay, Sarah Lihazallahu. You can speak from now. Hello, halo Kak Sarah Sarah Lihazalluhu.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Um. So sorry, Professor. I cannot open
Yeah.
my camera because there are many noises here. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. No
Thank you
issues.
yeah. Thank you so much for the opportunity that has given to me. So my question is, I've been lead to one of a small groups in my classmate in the class, and one of my friends is not actively speak what is their arguments or something like that, and I cannot handle them. Um, I cannot handle them, and I don't know what they are willing, what they needs, and also like what they want. So what is your suggest for me as a lead in the future when one day I will lead big large groups or something like that, so it will be kind of like how can I say, it's like
Yeah.
new lessons from me. Thank you.
Yeah. It's like this. Now, if you want to develop yourself as a leader, you should be part of a team, right? You should involve yourself. If you are in your college, you need to involve yourself in the activities of the college, even to a simple extent like, a group discussions or some kind of an activity, games, when you play some kind of games. Everywhere you need to involve yourself. Then automatically your leadership qualities will develop. You will become a team leader. That development will come only if you meet and speak to the groups. You be part of a large group and you take the lead. You take the lead. Yes, it will only develop slowly. It cannot come immediately. Like tomorrow, you want to become a leader, you cannot do it. That development starts very slowly, and how you take it forward is very important. So you need to work on that and become to be a leader. It is not necessary that you should know one person has spoken something or they're not speaking. No. Once they identify you as a leader, as a person who can be communicated well, then automatically they will come to you. That is how it happens. Leadership doesn't come in a day. It has to be groomed. It has to be developed. It will take its own time to become, to bring you to that position. So work towards it. Join in some kind of activities. If there are some, like I said, some kind of plays, dramas, or some kind of a debate, some sessions, or some games. You participate in that. Try to be a person who will lead there. Try that. Once you start doing that, definitely, I think you will groom yourself automatically to become a leader tomorrow. Please.
Okay,
Yes.
enough
Anybody else?
for the answering.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Professor.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so
Thank you.
much
Thank
for
you.
your you. Okay, the next question maybe I will choose that the column commentar, and then okay, I found from Nahya Arinda. Okay. The question is, as a leader, we are not the perfect in the communication or ideas. Sometimes, even after we explain things clearly, misunderstandings still happen and some team members ask for repeat explanations. In this situation, should a leader be more assertive or remain patient and keep re-explaining?
See, the leader need not be assertive.
Yeah.
Definitely, he need not be assertive. He should be inclusive. Actually, he should take along the people along with you. And as far as the communication is concerned, if you are not able to speak, I would suggest, or rather, I suggest my students always take a book, any kind of book or newspaper, and in your language or in English. Actually, if you see in future digital world today, English is the technology language today everywhere. But in your language itself, take a book, read loud, read loud, read loud. Every day you start reading loudly, you will see that your tongue movement, the most important is the tongue movement. The tongue moves and it creates the words which comes properly. So the communication is improved by speaking loud and regularly communicating. So that helps you to improve your communication also. But as a leader, you need not be to be a leader. You need not be assertive. You should be inclusive. You should bring people together by your skills, not through assertion, please.
Intinya untuk dari pertanyaan tersebut ya, dalam suatu kepemimpinan miskomunikasi kan memang terkadang nggak bisa dihindari ya. Dan kata profesor, meskipun ya walaupun kita udah menjelaskan pesan dengan jelas, kita tetap harus menyampaikan lagi dengan jelas supaya tidak ada miscommunication tadi gitu. Jadi kan ketika ada anggota tim yang terus meminta klarifikasi berulang kali, gimana sebaiknya seorang leader bersikap ya, kita sebagai leader gitu kan harus benar-benar tegas dan tetap mengedepankan suatu kesabaran dan suatu komunikasi ulang supaya tim kita tuh menahu sebenarnya kita tuh mau menyampaikan apa sih gitu sehingga ada miskomunikasi seperti ini kan. Jadi profesor bilang memang untuk situasi seperti ini in situation memang should be a leader more assertive and yeah remain panting and keep explaining. Okay, the next question, Professor, from Deka
Can I take
Sri
only one
Medina.
question? One more
One
question.
question.
That's all.
Last the question. Last
Yeah.
question. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it. Okay, the last question I will choose. Okay, okay. The question is how to be a fair and a wise leader without considering ourselves to be above others, and how do we manage it that it doesn't become a problem like arrogance and NPD.
Yes. See, arrogance is different actually. Now, when you say arrogance, the way you speak, the way you communicate, the body language, and the words you use is basically what is arrogance about. It is not that choice of words is very important to speaking to anybody. How you speak to a child, how you speak to your colleagues, how you speak in your family, how you speak in your college, how you speak in your outside life. Everything contributes. Everything contributes to being polite as well as respectful or arrogant. Now, arrogance is, it is again when I said something. Why people are arrogant? What is the reason behind that? People are arrogant because of their own problems, their own, insecurity, their own feeling of, being what you can call it as insecure. Because of which they put that on others. They push it on others. Whatever their problems, their, what you can call it as insecurity. These are some things which bring people to use words sometimes which is not, which is not acceptable to anybody. So arrogance is, I don't think people are born arrogant or they're brought up in that way. No, it is how the lifestyle is about and how, because of their backgrounds and the way they are, they have their own problems in their back of their mind. Otherwise, generally, people are good. You should always take that people are good. It is their background, it is their, lifestyle, it is their problems which they have in their own life, which brings about the changes. Why people go and, murder somebody? There could be some reason. Nobody is born as a thief or a murderer or anybody. Nobody is born like that. It is the circumstances which make people do some things which is not acceptable in the society. Is it not? So arrogance is not born. It is how they are, brought up or how they lived their life. That is all it is. You can be polite to them because once you are polite to them, their arrogance automatically they feel that yes, I did speak, wrong. So they will definitely, ask you for your. They'll tell you sorry. I'm sure about that.
Oke, jadi pada intinya menjadi pemimpin yang adil dan bijaksana itu berarti memandang kepemimpinan sebagai tanggung jawab ya, bukan sebagai posisi yang lebih tinggi dari orang lain. Jadi pemimpin itu bukan untuk merasa lebih hebat, tapi untuk membimbing dan melayani tim. Jadi keadilan itu muncul dari kemampuan kita yang mendengar, memahami berbagai sudut pandang dan mengambil suatu keputusan berdasarkan nilai, bukan ego, teman-teman. Jadi untuk dari kesombongan dan kecenderungan narastik ini, seorang pemimpin itu harus memiliki kesadaran diri dan kerendahan hati seperti itu, terbuka terhadap kritik maupun menerima masukan dan menyadari bahwa suatu kesuksesan adalah hasil kerja sama gitu, kerja bersama gitu. Jadi bukan pencapaian pribadi semata. Dengan fokus pada empati, pertumbuhan dan pelayanan kepemimpinan itu akan menjadi suatu kekuatan positif, bukan sumber masalah. Okay, thank you so much for all the question for everyone in here, and then thank you so much for Professor. I
Thank
will.
you so much.
I
I
appreciate
really
for
enjoyed
you.
it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Before you end this meeting, we'll give you appreciation for certificate. Okay? So, mungkin
thank you.
untuk operator diberikan kepada Profesor Mohan Menon, dipersilakan kepada operator. Kepada operator, kami
Yeah.
persilakan. Baik. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
congratulations and thanks to Professor Mohan Menon for the
Thank you.
achievement for
Thank you so
today.
much.
International webinar with
Yeah.
the team leadership and communication skill. So thank you so much,
Thank you.
Professor. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank you.
much, Rob.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And
Thank you.
then, okay, you can leave. This is meeting if you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so much,
much.
Professor.
I'd like to tell.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank all of
Baik.
you all and wish you all a very happy new year as well as your success in your career, in your life.
Amin.
All of
Amin.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor.
Bye.
Oke.
Yeah.
Oke, selanjutnya setelah saya menjadi moderator and treasurer pada malam ini, karena untuk pada malam ini saya mengundurkan diri, saya Nabila Putri Laskawara sebagai moderator sekaligus translator. Saya akan kembalikan kepada MC. Kepada MC saya persilahkan.
Okay, what an insightful and inspiring season tonight. Let's give big virtual applause to our speaker and moderator. Luar biasa sekali ya teman-teman ilmu yang kita dapatkan pada malam hari ini. Thank you so much to Professor Krishna Monhan Menon for the inspiring season and to Nabila Putri Laskara for moderator and translator the discussion so excellently. Tak lupa teman-teman, kami sampaikan terima kasih yang sebesar-besarnya kepada sponsor yaitu ada Duta Media Digital Sablon, Duta Website Indonesia, Millennial Trainer ID, Simpul Sedekah, Servis Laptop Jogja, PT Otka Indonesia, Heriana Business Group, Duta Properti Nusantara, Kipoko, Agri Raya, ISO Tour and Travel, Rumah Kreatif, Selaras DC, Yes Community, Setara Indonesia, Kosasi Clothing Store, Amanda Beauty Shop, Mirabel Official, Kudungku, Anur Shop Jasa Ketip, Dimsumku, The Personal Grow Coach, dan juga Ruang Eksplorasi 24. Terima kasih juga kami ucapkan kepada media partner, Rumah Peluang, webinar gratis, dan juga seminar gratis yang selalu support kami dalam mencari ilmu. Sebelum acara kita tutup, mari kita abadikan momen kebersamaan ini. Oke, teman-teman, sebelum acara kita tutup, let's take a moment to capture this memory together. To all participants, please turn on your camera, smile brightly, and let's take a group photo. Oke, teman-teman, selanjutnya kita masuk ke sesi dokumentasi. Dimohon peserta webinar untuk on cam dan juga bersiap-siap untuk foto bersama. Ayo nih teman-teman, tunjukkan wajah-wajah cantik dan juga ganteng kalian. Kita akan dokumentasi ya. Oke, dimulai dari yang slide pertama, hitungan ketiga ya teman-teman. Satu, dua, tiga. Selanjutnya slide yang kedua. Satu, dua, tiga. Selanjutnya adalah slide yang ketiga. Satu, dua, tiga. Kemudian slide yang keempat. Satu, dua, tiga. Selanjutnya adalah slide yang kelima. Satu, dua, tiga. Kemudian slide yang keenam. Satu, dua, tiga. Dan yang selanjutnya adalah slide ketujuh. Satu, dua, tiga. Dan yang terakhir teman-teman yaitu slide yang kedelapan. Satu, dua, tiga. Okay, now as we reach the end of tonight's international webinar, on behalf of Entrepreneur Training Center, I would like to express our gratitude to our wonderful speaker, our moderator, the organizing committee, and of course all participants who stayed with us till the end. Atas nama Entrepreneur Training Center, kami mengucapkan terima kasih yang sebesar-besarnya kepada seluruh pihak yang terlibat dan kepada seluruh peserta yang telah mengikuti webinar pada malam hari ini. Semoga ilmu yang kita peroleh pada malam hari ini dapat menjadi bekal untuk menjadi pemimpin yang inspiratif melalui komunikasi yang efektif di era digital. Saya Bening Panggali Istiqomah selaku Master of Ceremony memohon maaf apabila ada salah kata atau kekurangan dalam membawakan acara. Terima kasih atas perhatian dan partisipasinya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good night and see you on our next international webinar, guys.